Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again, Insane Gorilla here, with a new what if that I've sort of come up with. And if you can tell, it's a Star Wars one. Again, I thought I'll come back to a Star Wars what if after, well, after what if Deku was a pure blooded Sith Lord. But hey, this is going to be what if Deku was a Jedi. But will be just a slight hiccup. He's not going to be your average Jedi. We start off with a battle with a young, well, semi young gentleman running away from, well, running through a battlefield as blaster bolts go overhead. Is somebody, as people on jetpacks fly overhead as well, also firing. This battle is chaotic. There is nothing much going on in this battle apart from pure chaos. As this man runs through the battlefield, he finds a downed ship full of, well, with quite a few civilians inside. Still alive, and one of them calls out to him saying, "Hey, help us. We're trapped and we can't get out." As the man comes running over, rifle in hand, as he gets shot at, as he slides into position and shoots overhead. This battle has been going on for hours as this man says, sliding over to the civilians, as he tells them all to keep their heads down and do not move. The slightest movement will end up getting this whole area covered in blaster fire. As an explosion goes off behind him. One of the civilians, a young boy, who can't be much older than 15, says, "Can we ever get out of here? The battle, as you said, has been going on for hours, without a single end in sight. Friendlies shooting friendlies, the enemy moving in from all directions." As this 15-year-old boy gets, well, gets told to get back to his parents and to stay with them. As he says, "My parents are dead. As soon as this battle started, they, well, gave their lives to save mine." As another explosion happens nearby, as another person, well, something, walks into the main hall, well, walks up to the place where they are, and with mechanical sound, he turns to look at him. This individual, who's also with them, says everybody take cover as he turns around and starts firing. As he says, die droids, as he ends up screaming as he gets riddled with blaster fire. And the droid marches in, finding civilians and shooting them as well. Until eventually he gets to one boy who's hiding in the corner with two others. As this droid ends up getting shot from behind, as its body blows up. And the only thing that remains are the legs that just topple over. Now, this boy and the few others that were with him start looking around to see what fired, finding ships landing as they hear, "All right, troops, move out now." As they see armor and blaster fire coming from different directions, as they see ships constantly landing, delivering more and more troops to the battlefield. A lot of these were with blue and white armor, and some with black and yellow armor. As they all rush around, shooting the droids that are not the separatists, by the way. As the battle continues for another couple of days, it finally comes to an end. As they all get prepared to leave, they take as many civilians as they can with them. And, they round up all the kids and take them with them, saying, "We'll give you a new home, a new place to live." As they say, "Okay, come on, we are the 501st. Move it!" Well, as somebody says, the men of the 501st, get back to your ships immediately. On the 220th, you also get to your ships, as a female voice could be heard from, behind the armor saying, "Alright, we got the message." As she, doesn't remove her helmet, just looks around and says, "There are an awful lot of kids here, so we better find them homes quick." As she just turns and leaves, taking half the children with her, as the rest of the kids go with the 501st. As they all leave on gunships that are also not from the Clone Wars. They find a suitable planet for the civilians that made it to live in peace. As well, they leave saying, "This will be the last time you see us, but this planet is so far off the map, I don't think anybody will come over to see if this planet is inhabited." As they all leave. And now, going back to the present day, as Izuku Midoriya gets told this, well, gets told a fantasy story from his teacher, because he's in a history lesson of what people really think about the world, and yada yada yada. Izuku Midoriya just simply says, "Whatever happened to those people in armor?" As the teacher says, nobody really knows. They just, apparently, they just left us here and off they go. Well, off they went. Nothing's really known about them. But anyway, as I said, it's just like urban legends and all of that. It's to do with the entire world, basically. Everybody has their own myths and legends, so hey. As the day comes to an end, as Izuku Midoriya walks up to his old-time friend, Bakugo Katsuki, who is very bored and actually fell asleep through the lesson. Izuku Midoriya just slaps him around the head, saying, "Wake up, it's no time to be sleeping." As Bakugo just says, "Fuck off. Fuck off, Deku. Is this boring ass lesson over yet?" As Deku just says, "Yeah, it's over. It's been over for a short while now." As Bakugo lifts his head up, saying, "Thank fuck for that. I was about to blow my own brains out if he kept on going on, rambling on about this stuff." As Bakugo turns around and says, "So, going to the arcades later?" As Deku says, "Nah, Mum's got me doing some work back home, so I'm gonna start heading off." As Bakugo just says, "Really? Again? Come on, Deku. Come on, Deku. You're 15. You're 15 now, so try and find some place for yourself. Hey, hell, I know your mother hasn't taken you to a quirk doctor yet, so go and see if you've got a quirk." As Deku says, just turns around saying, "Come on, Bakugo. Quirks aren't everything. I may not even have a quirk, but yet I'm a lot more faster than you on the intake of information." Bakugo getting pissed, saying, "What the fuck did you just call me, you idiot?" As he just laughs and says, "And I don't take up the attitude either. Anyway, I better get going before she comes down here and kicks my ass because I'm not home." Bakugo just says, "Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. I'm going home anyway." After I've stopped at the arcades. Still going to try and beat your best score, though, on that one game. As Deku says, "Oh, sure. Go ahead. Try and beat it. You know, I've actually got up a bit more than you have, right? As Bakugo just says, shut up. I will beat your high score. But anyway, as you said, you better get going before your mother calls you. As eventually he walks off. Deku just starts walking home and doesn't really bump into the sludge villain. Instead, he bumps into somebody else. Somebody in silver armour with a cloak and a jetpack. And a helmet. Saying, hey. Sorry. Saying, hey, kid. What's your name? As Deku just turns around and says, I don't answer to strangers who wear a helmet. As the man just says, answer my damn question. And perhaps you won't, and perhaps you'll walk out of here with your life. As he pulls out a picture saying, have you seen this man? As Deku shakes his head saying, no, I haven't seen him at all. Damn, so the guy got away from me. Blasted. If I don't find him quick, Mandalore's gonna have a go. Gonna kill me. Mandalore? Who's Mandalore? Nothing you need to be concerned about, kid. Forget you ever saw me. As he just walks away. Deku just ignores it and heads home. As he gets home, his mum's waiting at the door, tapping her arm, saying, and where the hell were you? As Izuku says, sorry mum, Bakugo held me up for a bit. It's always with Bakugo, Katsuki Bakugo. When are you going to come up with any better excuse? Anyway, get inside. There's something we need to talk about. Have I done anything wrong, Mum? No, honey. You haven't done anything wrong. Just get your ass inside. Okay. As Izuku walks inside, Inko closes the door and locks it and closes the curtains. As Izuku sort of says, Mom, why are you closing the curtains for? And she says, I don't want anybody to see this, okay? So, what you're about to see, you do not tell anyone. And I mean anyone, okay? As Deku was about to open his mouth to say something, she puts her hand up to his mouth, saying, shh, not a word. You don't even speak about this to Katsuki Bakugo. Okay? As Deku nods, saying, sure. And she opens a small hole within the floor. A bit like a cellar door, but different. If you guys know what I'm talking about. And she says, go down there and find this box. And she gives him an image of the box, saying, try and find that. It's not going to be easily found. So you may have to think outside the box a bit. As Deku says, Okay, but why? Just do it. Okay? As he shakes his head up and down, saying, Yes, Mum. As she says, Good. Go on, get down there. As Izuku gets on the small ladder and descends. As Inko closes the door. As Izuku shouts, Mum, it's too dark, I can't see. As she shouts, says through the door, saying, It'll be fine, your eyes will adjust. As she says, reach out with your feelings to feel your way around. Don't worry, there's no spiders down there. I know you hate them. I clean this place out every time you're not here. As Deku continues feeling his way around, he eventually says to himself, Alright, reach out with your feelings. As he attempts to feeling something cool to him. As he edges his way closer, he finds a holocron. And he also finds armor. As he finds the armor, he also finds something else. As he explores this underground area his mum had hidden, he finds something that should not belong. As he was so curious, he continued looking at it, as eventually he went back to the holocron. Well, I just gave it away now. It's a holocron. No, actually, I think I just said that earlier. Oops. Sorry. As eventually he actually finds picks up the armor along with the holocron, along with a few strange devices that look like two of them that look like pistols, and one that just looks odd. As he hits tries to pick everything up, he falls over and smacks the strange object that he still had in his hand on the side as he turns it on. As it activates with a zing. Well, as lightsabers usually sound when they get activated. Deku being in wonder, saying, Whoa, what is this thing? As he doesn't bother picking up the armor, just swings it around for a bit. As he hears the vroom, 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 and then he accidentally cuts the box open. As all the content, or what he thinks is content, falls out. And he says, Oh no. How do I explain this to Mum? Is Inko does hear that, but doesn't go down there. And she just says to herself, well, looks like he's found it. As there's a knock at the door. And she says, damn it. He's found me. As she walks to the door, quickly unrolling a, well, not unrolling. She puts on a helmet that has dents and scratches all over it. And she picks up a pistol and hides it behind her back as she slowly opens the door. As it's the same man Izuku saw earlier that day. As he says, so another Mandalorian is on this planet. I'm looking for this Mandalorian. You know him? As Inko says, you're too late. He's dead. Well, this just got awkward. Quick. You see, Mandalore wanted his help, or wanted him for something. Now, he's also told me not to return until I have something of worth. Do you mind letting me in? As Inko says, you're not coming in here. I know what the Mandalorians do to deserters. So you know so you know he's a deserter then. That makes you a deserter. As Inko says, don't come any closer. I won't let you into this house. And she opens the door, fully pointing a blaster at him. And she walks out, with him slowly backing up, and her shutting the door. And she says, I also know what you're actually doing here, brother. So stop with the tiptoeing situations and tell me, what the hell did Mandalore tell you? As he says, fine, sister. I'm here to kill you. Or even better, take you back to Mandalore for questioning. You know how mad he can be. After all, we both did some work for him. As Inko says, look, Mariah, we both know that man will sooner have us both killed than anything else. So go back to your master and tell him that when you got there, the people you were sent to search for were dead. Nothing more, nothing less. As well, Mariah just says, listen, Inko, I don't care what you say. You've got to come back. Mandalore's orders were perfectly clear, saying that you and your husband come back. Doesn't say you have to come back alive, but I prefer to take you alive. I hate family business where they say you can kill them for free. Not my style. Still working as a bounty hunter, I see. Hey, at least it keeps food on the table. And I know you got a little one there. She says, you're not coming in. You're not coming in to see him at all. Ah, so you got a little boy, have you? Well, I hope you start training him on how to be a proper Mandalorian. Because he's going to have to make a decision. Very quick. Join the Mandalorians, or I'll be known as an outcast. Your choice, sister. I'll wait 5 months. And if you don't, if he doesn't decide in those 5 months, I'll kill you both. No questions asked. As he walks away, Inko sighs, but keeps her blaster upwards, pointing towards him, as as she walks back into the house to see her son coming up through the floor, with with 3 weapons and the armor, and also a jetpack. As he says, "Mom, why were you hiding these downstairs for?" Turning around to see his mother in armor, as he says, "Where's my mum?" As she just says, "I'm here, honey. I'm just wearing armor now, considering of who you deserve to be, what you now deserve to be like." As Deku just says, "What I deserve to be like?" And she says, "Yeah, I'm sorry I kept this from you. We're not human. Well, we are human, but we've got more of a warrior instinct with us. We're born natural killers. I'm sure you've noticed that you're a lot faster and more agile than your compatriots, so to say. You're you're me. You're a Mandalorian." And since The Mandalorian has come out, well, season 2 of The Mandalorian has come out, I'm going to say Deku knows what The Mandalorian is. As he says, "Oh, you mean like the Mandalorian from Star Wars? Star Wars, The Mandalorian?" As she says, "That's a gross imitation of us. But yes, you're the Mandalorian from the Star Wars movie. Well, from the Star Wars universe. And before you start freaking out, saying, yay, I'm some sort of great warrior, you should know something about the Mandalorian's history. We're not great warriors. We're ruthless. We're ruthless killers that will stop at nothing to achieve our own goals. Centuries ago, our people were warriors of a high order. We could, well, kill people who others would say were impossible to kill. We were known as the Jedi Hunters, or the Jedi Killers, because we could kill Jedi. And the Jedi are noble, well, pacifists. They don't like violence, but oh god, do they jump to violence when it's necessary. But our people also have the bad habit of being manipulated and tricked by other people like the Jedi. The Jedi call these people Sith. And the Sith have always manipulated people. The stories that you heard about humanity just being dropped off here on this planet was true. Humanity was dropped off here. Your father and I, we didn't want anything to do with the Mandalorian people anymore. Due to well, how insane they were going with their warmongering ways. Eventually, a lot of them turned to pacifism, but this is when we left. A lot of them did start turning to pacifism, but there was a splinter group, Death Watch, that started harassing people. Now, ever since we left, I've had no contact with with our brothers and sisters. And I believe you met somebody in silver armor earlier, right? As Deku nods, saying, "Yeah, he was looking for someone." Well, he was looking for your father, another Mandalorian, like us. As she then says, he's also my brother, your uncle. As he says, "Oh, cool! So I'm a Mandalorian, along with Mandalorian brothers and sisters." As Inko says, "This is not a good thing. This is a very bad thing, because I don't want you to have anything to do with that life." But unfortunately, we may not have a choice. My brother has said, "You have 5 months. 5 months to decide whether you join the Mandalorians or you die, along with me, in the process." As Deku says, "I don't want to be like them. I want to stay here on Earth. I've known Earth for all my life, most of my life." As Inko says, "I know. I know. Unfortunately, he does not view it that way." And the stories about those people in armor were also true. They were called clone troopers. I don't know anything about them myself, considering the Clone Wars was quite some time ago. Literally a few years after you were born, it ended, with a new order rising to take the Republic's place. As Deku says, "What's the Republic? You mean like the Republic of what? The European Republic or something like that?" As Inko says, no, the Republic was a corrupt society that they tried to keep stability and order wherever they could. The Sith, well, from far as I can gather, the Sith took over the Republic from the inside and killed all the Jedi. All but one. You. As Deku just sort of twists his head to the side, saying, Huh? Me? As Inko says, Yes, you. That device you have with you, is it square? As Deku nods, saying, Yeah, but felt like it was calling to me. As Inko says, Yes, because that's the force that you feel. It's something the Jedi call the force. It's everything, apparently. It, it's a, according to them, it's an energy field surrounded by all living things that molds us, penetrates us, and binds the galaxy together. It's an energy field, basically. And it's what gives the Jedi their unique powers. Is Deku says, Oh. But if I'm a Mandalorian, doesn't that make me a Mandalorian Jedi? Zinko says, Yes, but we're going to have to hide the fact that you're, well, what they call a force sensitive. So, do you want to start training to learn how to use your powers? As Deku shakes his head up and down, saying, Yes, I want to learn. As she says, Good. We start learning now. Get your armor on. It's going to be a bit small, but a bit big, but you'll grow into it. Just like me and your father did. As Deku starts training, 5 months pass as Inko's brother turns up again. As he knocks on the door, as Inko walks up to it again with the helmet on, as she says, Put your helmet on now, as Midoriya does. As she opens the door and pulls the blaster out, saying, Moran, once again you turn up, just like you said you would. Sister, how long are you going to point that thing in my face? And she says, as long as I need. This is your child's choice, not yours. Move it or lose it. You've never beaten me in a full-out fight, so I'd watch what you'd say and do. As Deku walks out with his helmet, saying, pulling out both of his two blasters, saying, Hello, Uncle. So you told him that I'm his uncle. Well, this should make things easier. Okay, boy, you have two choices. Stay here and die, or come with me. As Deku says, I'll come with you, but we're leaving. But I want you to let my mother live here in peace. An unacceptable request, I'm afraid. You're both coming with, no questions. Mandalore wants to see both of you. That was my orders. I don't like it, but you have no choice. Come. As he walks off, along with Izuku and Inko, as they head to the nearby forest. As they walk through, eventually reaching a ship, as he says, as Moran says, "Alright, get on board and strap yourselves down. This will be the first time you see space, kid. Get ready for a good ride." As all three of them get on and take off. As Moran makes the jump to hyperspace, and then comes out of hyperspace over the planet Mandalore before the Empire took over. Home sweet home. I wonder if our people still live down here. Not that I would have anything to do with this, Milan. Hey, what happened to the feistiness of yours? Don't tell me you got soft over the years. None of your business. Why does Mandalore want us? No idea. You should really ask him that yourself when you see him. But we both know how grumpy he gets when he's kept waiting. It's been 5 months and I haven't made a report back to him. So it's going to be my ass on the chopping block for a while. Consider yourself fortunate that you don't have to listen to him grovel. It's Dicky just says, so what can we expect from Mandalore then? Anything and everything, kid. Anything and everything. He's not a patient man. He will often test people or throw them outright to the ground. Just don't anger him. I'm surprised Deathwatch hasn't already tried to blow us out of the sky. If Deathwatch has taken over. Deathwatch is no more. It was destroyed years ago. Have I really been out of touch that long with this galaxy? Unfortunately, yes. Not for the better, though. People are being pressed to join the Empire that's taken over the Republic. The Empire? Yeah, kid. That's what took over the Republic. After the initiation of a new order. The Chancellor turned Emperor, and, well, those who connive against him end up dead. Or imprisoned. Or hell, worse. The Mandalorians are fiercely independent. But the Empire's making it difficult for us to survive on our own. If Mandalore's not careful, he's going to end up losing his position. The Saxons have, I believe the Saxons have made an alliance with the Empire anyway. Great. The Saxon clan. The Wren family? No idea. The Wrens went offline some time ago. I hear there was a few Jedi that survived the Purge. But that shouldn't be much of a concern for you at the minute, sister. Just keep your wits about you. The old man doesn't take kindly to, everything. When does he ever? Sorry for the bad voice acting, by the way. Anyway, I'm going to leave it off here. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And Merry Christmas to you all. I should be doing some more later on this month. TTFN.